All right, so what we want to do here is think about our complex rational expressions practice test. And specifically, we have a user question for number 4. Okay, so we want to simplify this guy. And I've already taken the problem and written it on our little note paper here. Okay, so we can get started. So the idea here is if you're going to simplify a complex rational expression or a complex fraction, then you have two methods, two choices. The first thing is I could simplify the numerator. I could get a common denominator. I could perform the addition. I could simplify the denominator. Same thing. I could get a common denominator. I could simplify the denominator by doing the addition. And then I could perform the main division. Okay, so you can do it that way. But the quicker way is generally speaking going to be to find the LCD of all the denominators. So in other words, I would look at this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy and say, hey, what's the LCD? Or if you really think about it, what's the least common multiple of these guys? Okay, so I would think about the fact that I have what? Let's just separate this. First, I would factor the 3x plus 3. And that would be what? I have a 3 and a 3, so I can pull that out, okay? So this would be 3 out in front. Inside my parentheses, I'd have an x plus 3 divided by 3 is 1, okay? So this is 3 times the quantity x plus 1. So let's just erase this and put 3 times the quantity x plus 1, okay? And now if I'm building my LCD, then what do I need? Well, I think about the fact that I have one copy of x plus 1 there and one copy there, okay? So if I'm building my LCD, I just want one copy, okay? That's the largest number of repeats. And then I have x minus 1 and x minus 1. Again, one copy, so the largest number of repeats is 1. And then don't forget about this 3 here. That is a factor. That is multiplying the quantity x plus 1. So put that out there, okay? So I'm going to multiply the numerator of this guy by this, and then to make it legal, of course, I'm going to multiply the denominator of this guy by this, okay? So think about how this is going to happen. This is going to be distributed here, and then also here, and then this is going to be distributed here and also here, okay? Because this is going to be a bit messy, let's do this on a separate sheet. So I have 4 over 3 times the quantity x plus 1 times this guy. So we have our 4 over 3 times the quantity x plus 1. Again, we're multiplying by 3 times the quantity x plus 1 times the quantity x minus 1. So what's going to cancel here? This 3 will cancel with this 3. This x plus 1, that quantity will cancel with this x plus 1, this quantity. And so we would have 4 times the quantity x minus 1. You can simplify that now or you can leave it. So let's just erase this. We're going to have this again, so let's just keep this, okay, so we don't have to keep writing it. Let's go back up and let's think about the next part here. So we have x plus 1 over x minus 1, again, times this guy. So now I'm going to put plus. I'll have x plus 1 over x minus 1. So basically, this is going to cancel with this, okay? And now I'm going to have 3 times the quantity x plus 1 times the quantity, you wrap this in parentheses, x plus 1 again, okay? So this is x plus 1 quantity squared. If you want to write this more simply, you can do this. So this would be over now. Okay, let me just get rid of this. We don't want to keep writing that again and again and again. Let's come back up here. Now I have 16 over x minus 1 multiplied by this. So we have 16 over, so we have this x minus 1 here. So again, wrap this in parentheses. This is going to cancel with this. And I'll have 16 times 3, which is 48, times the quantity x plus 1. Okay, then plus, let me get rid of this. This is just going to change to x plus 1, but I want to make sure you see that. So we come back up here. This is 16 over x plus 1 now. So we'll come back down here. So x plus 1. And this guy is going to cancel with this guy. Okay, so now I have 3 times 16, which is 48, times the quantity x minus 1. Okay, so at this point, we've got it to where we just need to kind of do some simplifying here, and we'll basically have our answer. Okay, very, very simple from this point. So 4 times x is 4x, and then minus 4 times 1, so this is basically minus 4. Then plus. So I'm going to put the 3 out in front, and I'm going to basically expand this. So you know your special product formulas. This is basically x squared plus 2 times this guy times this guy. So it'd be 2x. Then plus this guy squared. So 1 squared is 1. Okay. So then let's go ahead and come down here. Let's think about simplifying this a little bit. So we have 48 times x, which is 48x. And then plus 48 times 1, which is 48. And then plus 48 times x, which is 48x. And then minus, you have 48 times 1, which is 48. Okay. So let's scroll down a little bit, get some room going. And I know that this would cancel with this. So that is immediate. I see that my denominator here is going to be 96x, okay? In the numerator, I have 4x, and then I have minus 4, and then I have plus. I've got to distribute this 3 to each term. So 3x squared plus 6x, and then plus 3. Okay, so what can I do here? So let's go ahead and put equals there and see what we can kind of combine here. So we have 3x squared, nothing else there that has an x squared, so that's going to be on its own. Then I have 4x plus 6x, which is going to be 10x, okay? And then I have negative 4 plus 3, which is minus 1. So this is all going to be over 96x, okay? And there's not really anything else we can do with this guy, okay? This is as simple as we can make it. So this is going to be our answer here, or our result from simplifying what we started with.